He is already an older wizard, perhaps a bit eccentric. He has pale, silvery eyes that shine like the moon inside the wand shop he owns. However, his story begins long before we encounter him with Harry Potter. This is the life of Garrick Ollivander. Garrick Ollivander was born on September 25th, 1909 or prior. He was the child of Gervase Ollivander and a Muggle-born witch. It's possible Garrick was the first half-blood in his family line, as the Ollivander name was considered part of the Sacred 28. The surname Ollivander means he who owns the olive wand. Since olive trees were not native to Britain, it's thought that the family came from a Mediterranean country, where you would more likely find olive trees. Garrick thought the Ollivanders migrated to England with the Romans, where they would set up a stall and sell wands. The Ollivander family includes a long line of wand makers. His father and grandfather Gerald worked in the Ollivanders' wand shop, where Garrick himself would take over and change the way wands were made. Before taking over the family business, Garrick was a student at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He was sorted into the Ravenclaw house. Ravenclaws tend to be very intellectual and hardworking, a curiosity of knowledge often bubbling under the surface. These traits are some of what he would bring back to wand making. Prior to Garrick Ollivander, many wizards would get their wand by choosing their favorite wood. They would also bring in an item of personal significance to be the wand's core. This could lead to an undesirable temperament from the wand. Garrick would research and experiment with different substances for cores and study trees for their qualities. He said, "It's a study of a lifetime, and I continue to learn with every wand I make and match." With this knowledge, he revolutionized wands. Customers initially were resistant, as it was such a change from what they had done in the past. However, it became clear that Garrick's wands were far superior to any other. He believed the wand chooses the wizard rather than the wizard selecting the wand. Finding the perfect wood, core, length, and flexibility combinations might take picking up a few different wands, but it was magical once you picked up the right one. Wizards from other countries would even travel to get their hands on an Ollivander wand. Garrick had his own unique wand. It was hornbeam with dragon heartstring core, 12 3/4 inches, slightly bendy. Hornbeam is said to be well suited for those with a single, pure passion or vision. It will adapt quicker than others to its owner's style of magic. Hornbeam will even absorb some of their owner's code of conduct and refuse to perform acts outside of it. One might even say it's a sentient wand wood. Dragon heartstring is one of the 3 central cores Garrick uses for his wands. You can find it in powerful wands dedicated to its owner. Garrick Ollivander had a memory for wands like no one else. He could remember every wand he ever sold. He was wildly enthralled when matching a witch or wizard with a wand that would go on to do extraordinary magic. The lines could get a little blurry in his appreciation of this. A prime example is the wand he sold to Tom Riddle. In the summer of 1938, a young Tom Riddle received his wand from the Ollivanders' wand shop in Diagon Alley. It was 13.5 inches, yew wood, and a phoenix feather. Tom Riddle, later known as Lord Voldemort, used this wand for dark magic. He caused catastrophic damage over many years before his downfall. In 1991, when Harry Potter came to Ollivander's wand shop, Garrick told Harry, "He who must not be named did great things. Terrible, yes, but great." This is where the blurry lines come into play. He knew the damage Riddle had caused, but was still intrigued by the wand's power. Garrick disapproved of the magic used with his wand, but he used the knowledge of the power to learn about wand pairings further. He sold Harry the brother of Tom Riddle's wand. It was Hollywood, phoenix feather core, 11 inches, nice and supple. It was considered the brother wand because of the phoenix feather core. The phoenix feather was from Fawkes, a loyal phoenix to Albus Dumbledore. Only 2 feathers were ever given by him, one in Tom Riddle's and the other in Harry Potter's. When Harry left the wand shop that day, Garrick informed Dumbledore of Harry's purchase. Over the next few years, Garrick kept the focus on his wand making and providing students and anyone else needing new wands. However, in 1994, he was asked to come to Hogwarts to perform the wand weighing ceremony during the Triwizard Tournament. He was to inspect all 4 wands to ensure that they worked correctly. He knew Harry Potter and Cedric Diggory's wand well, as he was the creator. Victor Crumb and Fleur Delacour were new to him. He checked Fleur's wand first. It was 9.5 inches, inflexible, rosewood, and Vela hair. The Veely hair was from her grandmother, suggesting that where she got her wand still allowed those to bring in wand core materials. Ollivander had never used Veely hair, as he finds it somewhat temperamental. Next was Cedric's wand. It was 12¼ inches, ash wood, unicorn hair, pleasantly springy. The unicorn from where the core came from took 17 hands and nearly got Garrick with his horn after plucking the hair. Victor's wand was the next to be inspected. He knew right away it was a Gogorovich design. His was hornbeam wood, dragon heartstring core, 10¼ inches, quite rigid and thicker. Garrick almost commented on Grigorovich's wand-making ability before trailing off mid-sentence. Lastly, Harry's wand was up for inspection. Garrick spent more time with this wand than the other three. This was probably due to his interest in the connection and the power of the brother wands. 2 years later, in 1996, Garrick Ollivander was kidnapped by Lord Voldemort's Death Eaters. Death Eaters were the loyal dark magicians who followed Voldemort in his evil ways. It is believed that one of his last customers was Neville Longbottom. Neville had visited Ollivanders for a new wand after the battle in the Department of Mysteries. The very next day, Garrick disappeared. Garrick was being held prisoner at Malfoy Manor. Lord Voldemort tortured him to get information about the twin cores of his and Harry's wand. The wands having the same core caused a connection, priori incantatem, when fighting during the Triwizard Tournament. The wands wouldn't work properly against each other, and Voldemort wanted to find a way around that. Garrick suggested finding a new wand to use. Garrick was further tortured when this suggestion did not work. Voldemort questioned him about the most powerful wand in existence, the Elder Wand. The Elder Wand, believed to be one of the 3 Deathly Hallows, was a seemingly mythical wand that legend says it never lost a duel for its owner. It could perform feats of magic that even the most skilled wizards couldn't do. Fearing what would happen to himself, he mentioned a rumor that Gogorovich had once possessed the Elder Wand. At some point, Garrick was no longer alone in the dark cellar. Luna Lovegood, Dean Thomas, and Griphook were captured and brought there. Harry, Ron, and Hermione would also be found and taken to Malfoy Manor. Dobby, the former house elf of the Malfoys, appeared when he knew Harry was trapped and in danger. He was able to disapparate or transport everyone from the manor to Shell Cottage, the home of Bill and Flora Weasley. Sadly, Dobby was hurt during the escape and he lost his life. Garrick Ollivander was finally somewhere safe and he would be able to start recovering from months of imprisonment. While still weak, Harry questioned Garrick about the wands and the things Voldemort tortured him to know. He gave him all the information he could and was left to rest. After his stay at the Shell Cottage, he was moved to Auntie Mariel Weasley's house and remained there for the rest of the Wizarding War. We don't really know what happened to Ollivander after the war, but I'd like to think he recovered to full strength. Maybe he would find an apprentice to share all of his wand knowledge with, and continue to create wands for the Ollivanders' wand shop. Garrick Ollivander was a man with a passion for wand lore. He changed how wands were made, helping how well witches and wizards could perform magic. He helped the students at Hogwarts become the wizards they are today by pairing them with the perfect wand. Without him, the wizarding world might have been a different place. This has been the story of Garrick Ollivander's life. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, please consider giving a like and drop a comment. You can also subscribe for more videos. I'll be back again soon with another video. But until then, keep enjoying the magic.